Titling this video really stretched my vocabulary. After all, we're up to the letter X. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Brian from Airflow Music. Alongside publishing our books for brass players, we're releasing a whole bunch of videos with tips to make brass playing easier for you. So if you're new here, please subscribe to the Airflow Music channel so you're notified of all of our videos. This video is part of the Trumpet A-Z series. We're almost at the end of our first run through the alphabet, and it's been easier to find topics for some letters than others. Sometimes it's medical terms to the rescue. X is for Xerochilia. Xerochilia was an unfamiliar word to me, so much so that I'm probably not even saying it correctly, until I looked up words beginning with X trying to plan this video. It turns out to be the medical term for dry lips. What could be a more pertinent subject for a trumpet video? A question I'm often asked is whether I play wet or dry. I never completely know how to answer because I'm actually somewhere in the middle. If my lips are too wet, I find it far too slippery. If my lips are too dry, I find that they're not free to move. There are some methods which specifically prescribe a wet or dry embouchure. For example, Dr. Donald Reinhardt was a teacher who insisted that his students play with extremely wet lips. A famous example of somebody who preferred to play dry was the late great Maurice Andre, arguably the finest trumpet soloist of his generation. I'm certainly not in a position to argue with either of them. What I do know for sure is that no matter the comparative wetness or dryness of my lips, they do work a lot better when I'm properly hydrated. Given how important I consider hydration to be, I'm surprised that I haven't mentioned it in this series so far. That could be the problem with trying to follow the alphabet. Let's remedy it now. The human body, as you probably know, is about 60 to 70% water. The percentage is a little higher when we're younger and a little less as we get older. Water is the primary constituent of all the physical systems we use to do many things, including playing the trumpet. Something we need to consider is that as we play, we do use up some of our supply. To stay hydrated, we obviously need to drink water, so our cells can absorb enough to function at their best, and so there's a surplus that keeps the cells hydrated as we use up water in our everyday activities. Scientists reckon that we typically feel thirsty when we've used about 3% of our water supply. However, they've also proven that our mental and physical performance starts to decline when we've used just 1%. Basically, once you start to feel thirsty, you're already slightly dehydrated and certainly not functioning at your best. To counter this, you need to drink plenty of water. We frequently hear advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day. That's pretty vague given that the default size of glass in that equation will vary from country to country around the world. Of course, the amount you need also varies depending on the size of your body and your age. Personally, I drink about 4 to 5 litres of water every day. If you're watching this in America, a litre is a little more than a quart. That's outside of anything else I may drink. That happens to be the daily amount I've arrived at over many years. If you're not sure how much water you should be drinking, I suggest you Google it based on your circumstances, or consult with your doctor if you're dealing with some kind of ongoing medical complaint. If you're not a regular water drinker, the suggested amount is probably going to seem like a lot. Another question about dry lips I often hear is whether I use or recommend any particular lip balm. Personally, I prefer not to put anything on my lips if I can avoid it. Staying hydrated, as I just discussed, really helps with that not being necessary. If I do get cracked lips, if I'm sick or if I'm dealing with extremes of weather, then I prefer to use some kind of healing ointment for dry or cracked skin before I go to bed, rather than applying a lip balm during the day. Doing that puts my lips back together while I sleep and I can concentrate on rehydrating in the morning. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or other feedback about it, please comment below. Otherwise, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. I'll be back on Monday with another exercise of the week, and again next Friday with more Trumpet A-Z. In the meantime, please visit airflowmusic.com and check out the various books, exercises and other merchandise we have on offer. All sales directly support making these videos. I'll see you on the next video. Now, go practice.